All right. Hello, everyone. I am super excited to be here with you. So welcome to our Instagram training series. This is Zoom 3. So if you haven't watched the first few, you're going to want to make sure that you guys go back to the introduction, to Zoom 1 where we set up your profile. Zoom 2 is where we go through who to follow, how to engage, all of that. And today we are going to be focusing on, let me share my screen with you guys. We are going to be focusing on posting and using stories today. So everything today is going to be all about that, which I am super, super excited. So while I'm in screen share, I'm not going to be able to check the chat. I will at the very end. So obviously, if you guys have questions, you can type them in there, and I will check them at the very end of this. And we're going to be going back and forth between this and my phone so I can actually show you guys certain things on Instagram. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to talk about first what to post, what posting should look like on Instagram. If you remember me talking through branding and all of that stuff, Instagram is a very aesthetically pleasing platform, okay? So it really does matter what it looks like, what your picture looks like, the highest quality picture, filters, all of that stuff. And so that's why you guys really want to watch these in order. If you're watching this now, it's totally fine. Just make sure you go back to those first few Zooms where we talk through what your Instagram should look like. So what to post. It's kind of going to be the same thing as Facebook. And if you remember in our first Zoom, we talked about your 5 things. What are the 5 things that make you, you? You're going to want to rotate through those things. You don't want to bombard or spam your audience with just Emrys stuff, whether it's product or business. So you want to be rotating through those things. So if yesterday, maybe you did a post about the products, today, maybe post about your kids, maybe post about going to college, maybe post about share a picture of you and a friend, something like that, one of your 5 things, and rotate through those things. The biggest thing that you guys want to do though in posting is adding value. We're going to be talking a little bit about stories. The way that I look, the difference between stories and posting are stories are your life. Stories are the things that are happening through the day. Your post should be content and value that you're adding to the world. So you want to think about those and be really intentional with what you want to say in your actual post. Okay, so images should not be salesy. Remember, you are not Emrys. You are not an ad. Your post should not look like you work for the company or sell our company's products. Your posts and images should represent you. Now, you use our products and you are in this business, but making sure that when somebody goes to your profile on Instagram and they see those 9 pictures, they don't automatically assume, oh my gosh, this girl's trying to sell me something. Okay, that is not what you guys are wanting. So what I look for is the image for me is always pictures of people. And then the post, meaning the words, are maybe talking about my business or talking about my products, okay? So a few different things that you guys can post about, okay? Talk about your business in your post, talk about your products in your post, and share your story, all right? We are going to work through a little bit today what it looks like to actually share your story. So some posting tips. Again, images should be super high quality. That picture that you actually post should be the best one, all right? Posts, like I said, can be the words actually about your business or products, but don't have the image be super salesy. All right. So also how to create an eye-catching post, meaning the actual words you want to be able to, as people are scrolling through, they want to see a good quality picture, but as they're reading the post, it has to stop their eye and make them want to read it. So how you do that is by using emojis. Now, not overusing them, but using 1 or 2 or 3 in a post can be really good. Doing line breaks where you write a sentence and then break a line, and I'm going to show you guys some examples of that, using dots to create your eyes to go from one place to another. Maybe spacing out words. So if you use the word CBD, like do C space B space D, so that way you're breaking up the word. Those are things that stop the human eye and go, ooh, what's that, right? It's something that breaks up the monotony of reading. That is what you want. You want to create eye-catching posts so people stay on your post and actually read the words to the very end. You also want to remove common words like comment, share, anything with the $sign, 20% off. Those are words that Instagram is going to be looking for, and they give you less algorithm if you're using words like that. The reason why is because those are common words that are selling stuff, right? They're call to action. If you are asking Instagram for more interaction, they're not going to allow that. So if you're like, drop an emoji, comment below, share this, they're going to be like, this girl's just asking for stuff and she's not actually creating value that people want to automatically comment on. So just be careful of stuff like this. You can do call to actions, just use abbreviation. So instead of say, text me, do like TXT, or instead of message me, you could do like MSG. So use abbreviation or use spaces to write your actual words. So also, speaking of algorithms, every single picture that you post on Instagram or Facebook is coded. There's a specific code. And so if you're posting somebody else's picture, they're going to see that. They're going to know that. They're going to scroll through Instagram and say, oh, we've already seen this picture. This one's been coded to this person over here, which means the person that just posted this is copying and pasting. Okay. And they're going to shove your post down, so not very many people see that. So make sure your posts are branded to use. Make sure you use filters on them. Make sure if you see a quote that you love from somebody else, maybe share it to your story. But if you want to actually post it, go into an app that you can write the words yourself, so it's branded to you. Again, that we went over all of that in Zoom 1, how using certain fonts and certain colors are going to brand things to you. All right, let's see. Do not post links ever, ever, ever in your post or in your profile. The reason why is Instagram does not want people to leave and go to another platform. So if you're posting a link to your website in your post and you say, join me here, and put your actual Emrys link on there in the post, Instagram is going to again demote you in the algorithm. They want people staying on their app. They don't want people leaving their app and going to YouTube and going to Facebook or going to any other place. They want people staying on there. So what I do is, if I want to post my link, I will put something like check the comments. Or even I'll do that too, you guys, if I want to post like a before and after picture, which I don't ever do because I put those in my story. But if you wanted to, you could say check the comments. Things like that, where people then are going to the comments to look for stuff like that, so it's not in your post, so it doesn't actually hurt your algorithm. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to show you guys a couple of these different examples, okay? And I'm going to grab my phone and we are going to go to Instagram. Give me just 1 second. Okay, hopefully you guys can all see this. Okay, so let's go to my profile and let's just go through some of these things. So once you guys get to my profile, you aren't automatically like, oh my gosh, this girl is trying to sell me something. Now, obviously this picture right here, I do have CBD, but once again, I'm in the picture and I'm the biggest part of that picture. I didn't take a stock photo from Emrys and post that, okay? It's me holding the product. People know I use these products. Now, this post that I just made today is a selfie of me, but you guys, the post is all about the opportunity that we have. With all this uncertainty in the world right now, I feel so blessed to be a part of such an incredible company that allows me to stay home. I want to give you that same opportunity to make income from social media. You'll join a positive community of people cheering you on and have the ability to work anywhere in the world. I joined this company a year ago to get help and get to help people just like you make money from their phones every day. Claim your spot today. Okay. And so do you see right there that I used one emoji to kind of just break it up? I did a little bit of the dots, the line breaks right there. Okay. So let's look at a couple other of my posts so you guys can see what this looks like. So there's a few emojis in there. There's a line break at the very bottom of that. Same thing with here, some different emojis to stop the eye. Same thing with here. It's not just a full-on run-on paragraph, okay? So again, right here, BOGO. I didn't write the word BOGO. I used dots in between there because I didn't want that to hurt my algorithm. Again, as you guys can kind of see some of these, you can see where I've done some line breaks and it's not just like a run-on paragraph the entire time, okay? I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to show you guys as an example. I think that was pretty much it. Just seeing that if you're looking through here, that it's not just all about Emrys. Yes, this is a picture of our products, but it's a high quality, good picture that I took with my living room in the background. It's not a picture of from the Emrys website, okay? So that's the difference that I kind of wanted to show you guys, is using stuff like that instead of going and grabbing an Emrys, right? And if we go to Emrys right now, the Emrys Facebook page, you guys, this looks like Emrys, right? Some of these pictures are really great. Like I love this picture, and I'm going to show you guys what you can do with pictures like this instead of just posting something like that. Okay. So obviously if I was posting all of these, people would be like, oh my gosh, this girl is trying to sell me something. She's clearly in a health and wellness company. She's clearly doing CBD. I don't know about that. And if this was my page, they might not want to follow me back because they think I'm trying to sell them something. All right. So let's move on real quick and go back to the PowerPoint. Okay. All right. So now let's talk through how to share your story, because I feel like when you guys are making posts, a big thing that you're trying to do is evoke emotion. All right. When somebody reads your post, you want them to feel something. That is the whole point. And sharing your story and knowing how to articulate why you joined this business and what you want from it is so huge. And people are going to be reading that, identifying with you. You guys, success is an identity process. Once you can identify with somebody else having success, you feel like you can too, okay? And so knowing how to share your story is something that is so huge and a critical point or critical asset in being successful in a business like this, all right? So identifying what your why and your what is. So write that down. What is my why and what is my what? Your why are all of the reasons why you joined Emrys. What was it about Emrys that made you want to join this? And then we hear all the time, you have to have a strong why. Those are things like I'm doing this for my kids, but sometimes people's why they joined Emrys is they wanted to be in a company that had CBD. They maybe joined Emrys because it was a brand new ground floor company. Those are all reasons why you join this business, okay? And then the what part of it is, what do you want to use that money for? What are the things that you need and why, right? So my why for joining this business is I believed and I trusted Aspen. I knew what she had her hands on. I knew everything that she touches turns to gold. And I'd always wanted to be a part of a ground floor company, right? And my what is, we need money to, one, keep me at home. And I didn't want to be a no mom anymore. I wanted to be able to do things with my kids and have that extra income. We needed an extra $2,000 a month for me to stay home and pay all of our bills. That was my what. I had to at least make $2,000 a month. Everything over that allows us to live the lifestyle that we want. Okay, so that's my why and my what. So types of stories, there can be different types of stories. So sometimes it's because of Emrys, because of this business, because of this industry, I'm now able to do X, Y, Z. Another type of story is a why Emrys story, right? So why Emrys? Why join this company? Those are things in a post that you guys can be talking through. So another type of story is your struggle. Okay, struggle, talking about your mess to a message, your purpose. Oops, I wrote that down wrong. It's supposed to say purpose in the pain. All right, a lot of times we've all come from certain circumstances and situations that are not pretty, butterfly, rainbow, or glorified, right? But there can be a message to that mess. There can be purpose from that pain, and talking about that, being real and raw and vulnerable on social media is huge. Why? Because other people are dealing with the same thing. And again, success is an identity process. So once they see that and they can identify with you, they feel like, oh my gosh, me too, right? So for me, you guys, I joined this industry because I was a stay-at-home single mom. Like, I was going through a divorce. I had a lot of struggle in my life. I needed extra income bad. Like, I needed it like air to breathe, and I would have done anything to be able to stay home with my son and be able to provide for him. I did not want to have to go back to work and put him in daycare. And so that pain that I was feeling, right now, I have purpose to that. Now I get to go help a bunch of other people do that same thing. And so when you can talk about that, when you can articulate that, other people are going to identify with those things. So what I would challenge you guys to do is write down every struggle that you had or have. Write down all the mess in your life. Write down all the pain in your life. Why? Because other people are going to be able to relate to that and then think, you know what, if she can do this, I can do it too. All right. So the next thing that you want to talk about in your story when you're talking about Emrys is talk about what it is going to do for you. Okay. A lot of us, when we just get started, you guys, day one, I made $0, just like all of you. Okay. So we all have not yet arrived at where we want to be. There's still things I'm working for. Okay. So talk about what this business is going to do for you. Where are you going? What are the things? Do you want to graduate college with zero debt? Do you want to get married someday and pay cash for your wedding, right? Those are things that this business can do for you. Do you want to start saving money now to buy your car, right? All of those things where you guys are at right now, talking about what you want this business to do for you and putting it out there, talking about how this business is going to pay for your groceries every single month, right? Other people can identify with that. So list out all of the other ways too of right now, whatever money you have made in a month, I want you to take a look at that number and figure out, what does that pay for? Does it pay for a utility bill? Does it pay your mortgage? Does it pay for your gas in your car every month? List out what your Emrys check is and what you can actually put that money towards. It's okay that you took your Emrys check and maybe bought a bunch of clothes with it. Totally fine. You can talk about that. But also just know that people need extra money, especially right now. So if you made $200 last month, did that cover your groceries? What's your grocery budget? What's a utility bill? You can say, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that Emrys just picked up the tab on my Wi-Fi this month. Like, I don't have to worry about that. Emrys just paid for, the heat in my house or in my apartment. I'm so thankful that I don't even have to worry about that bill anymore because Emrys picks up the tab for me, right? So talking about that, why? Because that's people's pain. People are struggling and they want to know that if they join this business, that they could make an extra $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 a month too, and help pay some of their bills as well. So again, maybe you haven't made any money yet from Emrys. That's okay. We all start at the exact same spot. But what are the positives maybe that you have gotten from Emrys? Have you met a friend? Have you met somebody that's pouring into you? Have you joined a community of people that's uplifting? What are some of the things that you have seen in a positive way since joining Emrys that you can talk about while you're in that process of making money? All right, so let's talk through the outline of your story. okay, and how to actually write something like this. So where you were before you said yes to Emrys. Be vulnerable, like we just talked through that. So write that down on a piece of paper. Where were you in your life before you said yes to Emrys? What did your life look like? You guys, for me, I never could have put a full tank of gas in my car, ever. Nope. I always had to check my bank account before I pumped gas, and a lot of times there was only $20 left in there, and so I could only put $10 of gas in my car. A lot of times I'd go to the grocery store and I'd buy stuff, and when I got to the aisle, I had to put it back because I didn't have enough in my bank account to pay for all of that. Like, I had to make those choices. So talking about that, it hit me, it was like a year ago, that I had no idea how much gas was. I had no idea. And I wasn't checking my bank. I would just like fill it up. Like, that was a huge win for me because my life looked very different before network marketing. All right. Then talk about what life is like. Okay. So what life was like before Emrys. So be detailed. It's kind of the same thing. Like, where were you before you said yes? What was life like before? Be detailed. Where are you now because of this business? So what has this business done for you? That's what we were talking about a minute ago. Maybe you've made $50. Maybe you've made a couple of friends. Maybe you've just entered a community of people that's uplifting and it's just a positive light for you, right? Where are you now because of this business? And then the last part of your post is, where are you going? Talk about what you're going, where you're going and what you're doing, and what are you going to use this money for, and what are your goals. By putting that out there and claiming it and being loud, you guys, people are going to read these posts and they're going to read these stories and they are going to want to join your team because they feel a sense of, oh my gosh, me too. That's where I'm at now too. Okay, so here's a couple of examples. You could start a post like, I remember when, right? And then you talk about the struggle, the mess, the purpose, and the pain. Or you could start something like, I was so sick of blank, so I joined Emrys, and now I'm going to be able to do XYZ, okay? Another one, tell everyone you are going to. I cannot wait to tell you guys, like, I am so stinking excited to announce to everyone that I'm going to graduate college debt-free. This is my goal. I am claiming this right now. I want all of you guys to hold me to it, right? By telling your goal publicly, people know what that is. You claim it and then you do it, right? So if you guys can do 2 to 3 of these kind of posts a week, your business is going to explode. I think a lot of times we think we have to detail out, join me, or talk about the products. But when you guys can make posts that are real and raw and vulnerable and that's when people join your business, okay? So here's 2 different examples of posts. 2 years ago, I struggled and I was so stressed out to be able to afford a full tank of gas. I used to be that person that just put $5 in just to make it through the week. Now I don't have to worry about that, and I can enjoy and be stress-free and put a full tank of gas in. Okay, something like that, right? Here's another one I just quickly typed up. Okay, who can relate? You pull up to a gas station because you're on E. Check your bank account and realize you don't have enough in for a full tank. So you pull $5 to $10. You put in $5 to $10 to get where you need to go. Yep, me too. I'm sick of that. I needed extra money. Honestly, an extra $50 to $200 a month being deposited into my account would help me so much just to relieve that stress. So when I saw a way to make some extra money from home, I jumped, and I'm so thankful I did. I can't wait to be able to just fill it up and sit in my car and not have to even worry or notice what the gas prices are or that they went up for the week, right? So those are 2 just very, very basic examples of posts that are going to evoke emotion. All right, so let's talk a little bit about hashtags. Now, if you remembered in the first Zoom, I talked about private accounts. And if you have a private account, hashtags don't show up yet, but that's okay. It's more important that you guys are growing your following right now, but still use hashtags, because once you get to a point where you have 1,000, 2,000 followers, you're going to want to make your account public, and those hashtags will forever be there. So start branding you. Start thinking of, maybe your favorite quote or what you want to be known for. You guys will see that most every single post I do, I use the hashtag live your truth. Okay, that's my mantra. You can use the hashtag ignite your life, right? You can use the hashtag undying legacy. Start branding you, so that way when people see those hashtags, they notice that it's you. Also, think of trigger words. Think of words out there like CBD. Think of words that are already trending that you can use as a hashtag. And I'm going to screen share and show you guys a little bit how to use these in a second. But there's a couple of apps that I will sometimes use to help me get hashtags. And what I mean by that is you upload a photo and it scans your photo and it gives you, I believe you can use up to 30 hashtags in a post. So it'll give you some examples if you guys need to think through like, okay, what should I hashtag for this picture? But let's go back to screen share on my phone and I will show you guys how to use hashtags, okay? Okay, so let's just grab a post, all right? This post you see at the very bottom, be the light, ignite your life, live your truth. Let's see another one. Sometimes I don't do them. This one I did, work from home, live your truth, CBD, okay? I don't think I did a hashtag on that one. This one, nope. So I don't always do hashtags. You don't have to, okay? Let me look at my other account real quick, just because I know I've been trying to use hashtags for these. Yeah, so girl in a CBD world, live your truth, ignite your life, Emrys, undying legacy, CBD, plants heal, THC free, CBD life, okay? So like CBD, plants heal, THC free, those are all very, very big like buzzwords right now that are hashtagable that people are using. And so what that looks like is, let me go back to my main profile. When you click on this magnifying glass right here, you guys, if you were to type in the word CBD and then click tags, those are hashtags, 9.2 million posts right now of people using the hashtag CBD. This is something that people are looking for, okay? So that's just another way for you to like check a hashtag to see if it has like a lot of stuff on it, is right here, CBD tea, CBD oil, 2.4 million things, CBD products, CBD health. So grab some of your favorite hashtags that you want to use and start using them in your posts. All right, so let's kind of move on. I want to get into Instagram stories. And that's where we're going to spend the rest of our time. Okay, so some Instagram story tips for you guys. And again, I'm going to show you a bunch of different things, okay? So like I said, your post wants to be something that's adding value, adding content right then and there. Your Instagram story is throughout the day. You can add 5, 10, 15 stories a day, all right? No big deal. That's where you're taking snapshots of your life throughout the day. You should not be posting 5 to 10 to 15 times a day. I will post once a day or once every few days because I want to make sure my post is adding value and content. But I'm always posting stories throughout the day. All right, mix it up. Don't just post about your business. Mix in your life, mix in the fun. If you're at, a restaurant or, I know none of us are right now, most of us, but when you're out and about, tag places, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Use templates. They're super, super fun. Post about your business, post about your team. These are really fun ways for you guys to use Instagram, okay? Tagging people in your stories, that's also huge, 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 because then they share those in their story, and that's how you guys are getting interaction and engagement. Also, you want to use the tools that Instagram has. I'm going to show you guys what those tools are, but they're there for a reason. They like it when you use their tools on your story, and they give you higher engagement the more that you use, okay? Just a tip. Another thing, if you don't have a lot of engagement on your stories right now, and what I mean by that is if people aren't clicking the polls, if they're not reacting, if they're not sending you messages because of your story, then that is a cue to you that you need to be engaging more on other people's stories. So I'm going to show you guys in a second, but you'll see in a story, the people circles at the very top, those are the people that you're engaging with the most. The goal is for your little picture, your little circle to be high, to be at the front of other people's stories, okay? So they're seeing your stories first. the best way to do that is engaging on other people's stuff. Okay. The next thing I want to show you guys is a story goes away every 24 hours. So your story, once you post it, is going to completely disappear 24 hours later. So I'm going to show you guys, if you set up your archive views in your settings, it will save them all for you so you can always go back and view them. All right. So let me screen share with my phone and show you guys all of those goodies. Okay. All right, guys, so when you are on your profile, if you click those three little lines at the very top right corner, you're gonna see where it says archive, okay? So, well, let's just go back. Let me see if I have a story right now. So my story, if I click through it, okay, this was from 24 hours ago. So 18 hours ago, that was posted. 18 hours ago, that was posted. 17 hours ago, 16 hours ago, 15 hours ago. Okay, so it counts down, and you guys can see that in the top right where it says your story 18 hours, where your name is. Okay, that's where you guys can see. Now, looking at the very bottom of the screen, it says seen by 126 people. I can click on that, and now I can see all of my viewers. Okay, I can see that all of these people viewed my story. So when you go back to your archive, here's the thing. All of your stories are always going to be saved right here, and they're in date range. So you can go all the way back up and all the way back down, okay? If you remember you had a really good story from like a month ago, you can use it again. You just have to screenshot it and then repost it. But everything is right here. But what I want to show you guys, though, is let's just say I want to go back up to this, and I want to see how many people viewed my story. It says 264. When I click on that, though, that goes away after 24 hours. Viewer lists aren't available after 24 hours. So you want to make sure, you guys, this is what I do. If I have a business post, let's just say this was a business post that I did. 126 people viewed this. I want to screenshot these because I do not want to forget all of these people. These are people that you can be messaging, okay? So you can screenshot these people. If you don't have time to go message the people right now, that's okay. You can go back to your screenshot list and message them later. We're going to talk through why to message, who to message, all of that stuff. But I did just want to show you guys, you do have the ability in your archive to go back to posts, but you're not able to see who viewed them after 24 hours. Now, I do believe that if you created a poll, so like I created a poll on this one, have you seen Outbreak? I can click on seen, and it will tell me how many people voted on my poll after 24 hours, okay? But it won't tell me, it won't show me the 264 people that viewed it, all right? So let's go back out. And let's see, what else did I want to show you guys? Oh, the tools that Instagram has, okay? So how you create a story is you go up here to the right, or I'm sorry, to the left-hand corner, that little camera roll, and you guys can take a picture right here. Like if you want to take a picture of, being on the Zoom, you guys could do something like that, add that to your story, okay? Or let's say you want to pull up a picture and you pull up from your camera roll. Now I have a bunch of examples on here that I'm going to show you guys. But let's just say I'm trying to find okay, even say like this one yesterday, this was my story that I posted yesterday, okay? But CBD was in the news. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by the features, the tools that Instagram has, okay? The little down arrow button at the very top, that's for you to save that picture. If you want to save that picture or that video to your camera roll, you can do that. The little sticker feature has tons of different things, okay? You can add a location on here. This is super smart because this will show up in people's algorithms, okay? You can also mention people in here. Maybe I want to mention, I'm just going to mention Mike just because it'll be easy. So I want to tag my husband on this post, or I want to tag a friend, you know, something like that. You can use hashtags, CBD life. All of these things are features, and you can see I already hashtagged it. You can do GIFs right here. So if you could search like CBD and see if anything like pops up. There are some fun like CBD ones like this, okay? What else can we do? Oh, this is also where you can create a poll or something. Now I'm gonna show you guys a different one for this, but all right, so we're gonna discard. I'm going to pull up one that I've already done and use it as an example again, okay? Let's just say I was posting this one right here, and you guys can already see that I made a poll, but I want to show you guys how I did that. So you upload the picture, you go to that sticker button, and you click the word poll, okay? Sometimes you can ask a question if you want. I can say something like, who wants more info, okay? And then I'm gonna put, I want in and more info, please. Okay, I always want to do two positive things. I'm never like yes or no. All right, and then you just move this, and I'm gonna put it over here because I've already done this one. All right, now maybe you can't really see the who wants more info, so I grab this little button, the little squiggly lines, and I'm gonna put a color over it. So I'm gonna do something like that. So now you can like see that more. Or you could even do, let me undo that. Maybe you wanna do like a highlighter color. Like I like this one sometimes, and you can, okay. Also, that's really thick. If you don't like it, you can change this by doing this. And now you have a smaller pen, okay? Let's just say I undo all of this and I want to match my color, okay? So I'm gonna do a pen color, and you click on this thing at the very bottom. You guys can see there's different colors, but if you click on that and you hover over any part of the screen, so say I want it to match that pink, and now look, you guys, it matches. How fun is that? Okay, so you guys can match colors that are already on your picture. If you want to erase something, you can use the little erase button. So there's so many different things. If you want to type something on here, I could type up, let me just see, work from home positions available, okay? Then you click that to change the different fonts from Instagram, okay? If you click that button, it will give you now a background on it. And again, you can change the color, or you can hold that over and move it. All right. And you can move that somewhere, you guys. Now I already wrote up there, but like I'm just showing you different things that you can do. These are all features, you guys. And if you don't like something and you're like, okay, I don't love that, you just click on it and move it to the trash can at the very bottom. Okay. Another fun one that you can sometimes do is ask questions. So I'll show you guys a few examples of this later. The other one that is really great for getting engagement is the quiz. So I'll write down something like, how much income would impact you? And maybe I put $50 to $100 as an option. Next one I do $200 to $500. Next one I do $500 to $2,000, you know, something like that, that now people, instead of doing a poll, they can actually click on one of those. And again, you guys, you can change it. Everything is so customizable. So what I would do is I would, again, pick something that matches your brand. Always stick to the same things. That way when people are on your profile, they know that it's you. It's recognizable to them. They're like, oh my gosh, it's Pink, it's Ashley, I forgot, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so Then next, if you want to actually post this to your story, you click send to, and right there, I'm not going to actually do that, but you can click share on the your story button right there. Okay, guys? Let me discard this. Let me see if there's anything else in this part that I wanted to show you guys before we move on. Oh, right here. So how you want to get interaction, like these first few people are the ones that I engage with a lot and view their stories a lot because they're at the front of my wheel. Okay. So if you want to be in the front of somebody else's wheel, you want to make sure that you're engaging on those people's stories so that you can be higher up in their algorithm of stories. So that's what I was saying. If you don't have a lot of engagements on your stories, you guys, that's where you need to go through here. Let's click through here. Okay. This is Mickey's. So I'm just going to go back to it. How to engage on a story. We kind of went through this last time. You can swipe up and do a quick response. Okay. I saw that Danae's was right there too. So let's click on her. Be addicted to bettering yourself. So if this is maybe somebody that I want on my team, I could send her a message and be like, yes, girl. Okay. Send. So now that is engaging on her story. So she's going to get that. And now I'm telling Instagram, hey, Danae is somebody I want on my team. I want her to see my posts. I want her to see my stuff. Vice versa. Okay, so that's how you can engage on your story. All right, let's see what's next. Let me look in the chat real quick. Okay, let's go back and all right, guys, so now I want to show you some examples of stories with our products, things that you guys can do, things that you guys can post about. So these are just some tips that I have for you. Focus on one product for a few days in a row. Instead of posting about CBD today and Vitality Plus tomorrow and Renew the next day, when you focus on one product for a few days, up to 5 days, and you're not jumping around, here's what it does. It takes people seeing something 5 to 7 times before they're interested. So they might be really interested in CBD, but if you're posting about another product tomorrow, maybe you're not going to post about CBD for another week or 2, and it's going to take them that much longer for them to actually be interested enough to message you. Okay. So if you pick CBD, stay on that product, focus on that product for a couple of days, then switch it up to another one. Another thing that you guys can do is when you are posting stories, pick a number and count down, meaning I'm looking for 15 people that want to sleep better. Okay. When you enroll somebody, post that, take a screenshot of that, tag them in it and say thank you. And then your next post is, I'm looking for 14 people that want to sleep better. So it is creating a sense of urgency around getting in, and you're giving your audience a number. All right. Ask your current VIPs to take a picture of themselves when they get their products in the mail. All right. Have them send that to you, and then you can post that. You can ask them to write a testimonial, and you can post that in your stories. These are all things for stories, you guys. I wouldn't be posting this as a post. I don't ever do before and after pictures in a post on Instagram. I do them in your stories. You can take a couple before and after pictures, you guys, and create a really good story with that. List out the ingredients and the benefits of the products. Those are really great ideas for stories. When you sign a VIP, thank them, okay? Create polls and call to action. So like a poll on something like this would be like, who wants 20% off? Me, or yes, I do, or me, send me more info, okay? So I wanna show you guys a few examples of some product stories. Actually, I'll wait. Let me do business ones, and then I'll go back to, I'll show you both of them at the same time. That way we're not going back and forth and back and forth. Okay, so same thing, stories about the business. Show you making money. When you guys get those emails on Friday, obviously we're not allowed to post the amount that we made, but you could put like an emoji over that, or you could put like a little GIF over that. But show your audience that you're making money. Show yourself on Zooms. You guys, every single one of you that's on this right now, take a screenshot of it and be like, I'm getting mentored to make money from my phone. How awesome is that, right? So show your audience what it looks like to actually build in this business, what it looks like to Zoom. They want to know that when they get in this business, that they're not going to be by themselves, that they're going to have other people helping them. So every single time you guys get on a Zoom, post that to your story. Tag whoever it is that's talking on the Zoom. Guess what they'll probably do? They'll probably share that to their story. That boosts your algorithm just by doing that, okay? Giving recognition from your team or just from Ignite in general. It doesn't even have to be somebody on your team. If you see that people are joining you guys, use that. Take that picture. Say, I'm super excited that so-and-so just joined our team, our team. It doesn't necessarily matter that it's not under you. Show rank advancements that are happening on our team. People want to see that your business is moving and that people want to be a part of this. You can do posts about people's objections, okay? So you could do a story that says something like, we don't have to carry inventory, and then talk about that. You could think about questions that people answer, do a story about that. You could show other people's stories. And then I did put pro tip. Every single time you guys do a poll or one of those things that I showed you, message every single person that responded to that poll, and also every single person that viewed your story, okay? So I'm gonna screen share my phone with you guys and show you some just different examples of some stories that you guys could use. Okay, so I created an album. Okay, example VIP ones, okay? So this is, and I'm gonna go over apps here in a minute. Here is one that I made, and then I posted this right afterwards. So I did both of them, okay? So new product, and then I listed the benefits, and then I did a poll. Who wants 20% off and a 60-day money-back guarantee? I want this, send me info, okay? So now I can message all of those people, but here's the thing. I can also, remember, now this isn't on Instagram, you guys, this isn't my photo album. So, but if this was on Instagram, it would show me the views. I wouldn't message everyone that viewed this one. I would wait to see if people stayed on it, and I would message the views from this one. Same thing, introducing new products, talking about synergy, 4 spots open, okay? Happy National CBD Day. What do you think of CBD? Here's something that's so great, you guys. Make this as one of your posts. And I grabbed this image off of Pinterest, okay? So I grabbed it off of Pinterest, saved it to my phone, and then uploaded it in just the Instagram app. All of this was done on Instagram. This wasn't even done on another app. What do you think of CBD? Isn't hemp and marijuana the same thing? I've heard of it, but what is it for? I've tried it before, but didn't feel a difference. I'm dying to try it. Every single person that comments on that, you guys can message, okay? All about our endocannabinoid system. Do you know the difference? Hemp and marijuana. Introducing my new BFF, and I listed out some of the things. Would you like to try it? Heck yes, send me details. Again, you guys, so if this was a series of stories that I did, I might have 400 people that viewed this, 375 that viewed this, 340, and then by the time they got to this one, there might only be like 200 views. I'm going to message all of those people that viewed it. Why? Because they watched all 4 of my stories, which means that they're interested, even if they didn't click on the poll, okay? So now let me show you some examples of brand ambassador ones. This is one where I'm edifying Aspen. If you guys know, and I know right now it's so different with all the coronavirus stuff going on, we're doing a lot of working from home right now. But if there is a Facebook Live that Aspen's doing, if there's a Facebook Live that I'm doing, you guys can do a story that's edifying your uplines and edifying your leaders, because why? People, again, are going to identify with them and their stories and want to be a part of it. If you're doing an in-person event, right now we're doing a Facebook event, okay, tonight, things like that. So meet Aspen. This was because she was coming to Grand Rapids. I talk a little bit about Aspen. Again, talk about how she's a mom of 5. Talk about her impact on my life. Talk about, Emrys a little bit. And then I put, join us tonight, things like that. That's another example. This is, again, me working, me showing people that I'm working, back-to-back meetings all day. And then I tag where I'm at. Here's curious about what we do. Let's chat. Why us? And I list that stuff. Wait, there's more. Talking about our bonuses right now. What do you want to run after, right? And then this one, looking for social media influencers. I write out some different things. Perks. You get one-on-one personal mentoring. Looking for 3 people to work with, okay? Again, this was a Zoom. This was one that Steph did, and I took this screenshot. One is I'm edifying her, but people are seeing that we're not in this business by ourselves. Okay, when there's rank advancements on our team, you guys posting these things to your story, celebrating today. Team Ignite had 26 people. I just hit new ranks in 1 week. Showing these pictures is showing your team working, okay? Again, you're invited, things like this. Again, another Zoom, you guys. So these are all just different examples of things that you guys can be posting about. All right, so now let's go to apps for Instagram stories. Okay, these are my favorite apps that I use for my Instagram. Over is probably the one that I use the most. It is absolutely my favorite. I did a tutorial on how to use this app. It's a very simple app once you know it, but it's complicated because there's a lot of pieces and parts. So once you understand how to work those things, it's super, super simple. I would definitely watch my tutorial that I did on that if you're interested in using this app. Unfold is another one. They have tons of templates. You just put pictures in. It's great. Same thing with Over. So Story Swag is another great one. And you guys, I'm sorry if you have Androids. I know that some of these are available on Android, but I have an iPhone. And so all of these are what they look like in the App Store of an iPhone. So Story Swag is another one, this one right here. The thing that's fun about this is there's moving text that kind of comes in and comes out. Mojo is another one that has moving text. And Pinterest is where I find a lot of my backgrounds, okay? I'll go there and grab an image, grab a background, and then upload it into one of these apps to be able to layer over it. So these are all of the apps that I use for my stories. And anytime you guys see one of my stories and you're like, how did she make that? Just swipe up and respond and say, what app is this? And I'll tell you guys for sure. Okay, so how to seal a deal. We're kind of moving to the end of our time together tonight. I did want to show you guys, if you're doing a poll, if you're doing a call to action on one of your stories, how to seal the deal with a potential brand ambassador, okay? So maybe they commented on a poll and you're going to message them. I would use their name. Hey, name, how are you? They're going to say, great. What about you? Great. Hey, I saw your vote on my poll. I'd love to tell you more. Would it be okay if I texted you? I always like to send every single person to my phone to text. I want their phone number for various reasons, okay? So once they send me their phone number, I'm going to immediately say, awesome, excited to text or excited to chat. Then I'm going to jump to text and I'm going to text them and say, hey, name, it's Ashley Walmer from IG. Excited to chat more. Can you tell me a little bit about you? They're going to tell me their story. I'm going to comment on something that they said and ask them another question. They're going to then send me a little bit more info answering that question, okay? That's when then I change it over from getting to know them to about Emrys, and I'll say, I'm so excited to tell you more about Emrys and our team. Are you familiar with working from home? Or what, if anything, do you already know about Emrys? Okay, they're going to respond. A lot of times they've never heard of Emrys. They're like, yeah, I don't really know much. I just started following you. I know maybe you guys have CBD. So I'll say something like, Emrys is a brand new debt-free health and wellness company with CBD. You can work your business through your phone from home, which is my favorite part because I'm always on the go and I love having the freedom to work wherever I want. What monthly income could give you some breathing room? Okay, that's when you guys, you're just going to go through their questions and sign them up. If you need more help in overcoming objections or how to answer their questions, if you go into the scripts on our team page on Ignite, there is potential brand ambassador conversations that go through all their questions. Also, I have them already set up in a text message replacement on my phone. If you guys go to the files section on Ignite, all of my text message replacements are right there. You guys can use those. Those are how I answer questions. Like if they're like, how much is it to start? What do you do once you get started? How much is it to join? All of those kind of things, you guys, I already have set up in scripts for you. So who to follow? These are a few people right now, and you guys, there's not a ton, which is why I'm doing this Instagram training. We need a few of you guys to just raise your hand and say, you know what, I want to kill it on social media. I want to be somebody who's making money from my phone, okay? So if you are looking for people to follow and get ideas on their stories, these would be some of the suggestions that I would have for you. Again, I can't wait to feature some of you guys on here because I know that you guys are taking these Zooms seriously. You're taking the advice. You're starting to implement it. I'm seeing it all over the place. I've been loving cheering you guys on, but I can't wait for some of you guys just to kill it on here and be the example. That's the thing that we need right now for Emrys is young people just like you that are working on Instagram, killing it. And that way, when other people join, we can say, oh my gosh, go follow this person right here. They have a great profile. They have great stories. You're going to get lots of ideas from them. Okay. So homework for you guys for the next Zoom. Next Monday will be our very last Instagram training Zoom. All right. So what you guys need to do between now and then is I would say download some of those apps, start using them, start creating some stories, watch my over tutorial. And then next week, we are going to be going over messaging, how to follow up, how to use Instagram, what to say, all of that kind of stuff to actually seal the deal. Okay, so I'm going to actually stop recording and then I'm going to stay on for a second, check the chat, see if you guys have any other questions before I actually hop off. Okay, if you are watching the recording of this and you have questions, make sure you ask them in Ignite. You can text me, text your upline, things like that. We want to make sure that you guys are getting the most from this training series.